Jose Shorty Torres, man, thank you for coming on the show. Glad to see you. Your fight's coming up pretty soon at Titan FC. You're defending your flyweight title. Man, how are you doing? Thank you for coming on.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. It's always an honor to come on the show, and it's so far training camp's been going well, so I can't complain. I'm just really, really excited to fight.
Yeah, nice.
No, it's pretty remarkable considering your MMA record, 3-0, and the fact that you're the champion. Do you contribute that to the fact that you had a long, lengthy amateur career?
I contribute the whole thing to my amateur career. I mean, what I've done in 5 months, what people do in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
When they start off their pro career, because they have to do start off in the small circuit and then move up to promotions like Titan FC, RFA, Legacy, LFA now, and all these other big time promotions, and then hopefully get to the title shot or make some great fights and then be bumped up to the UFC. For me, I've been able to do that in 5 months. I'm very happy for that, but it's all because of my amateur career. And again, it's if you want to be good at something, you got to practice it. If you want to be the best, you got to just keep on going at it. And for me, I'm so used to the guy. Actually, I was 25-1 as amateur. The guy I lost to, he was 5-0 at the time. I was 0-0. I lost split decision, and he ended up going 5-0 in Chicago. And then doing well, going like 2 or 3-0, and he blew out his knee, he was out. But you get so many guys that do that. They go 5-0, they're undefeated, they go pro, and then they lose their first or second one.
Mm-hmm.
And then for MMA, you need to win 2 or 3 just to get back to track. That's not what I want to do. I want to be able to not just be a big fish in a little pond, but be the big fish everywhere else. Coincidentally, my name's Shorty.
Mm-hmm.
But my coach is like, hey man, we're gonna get 20 fights automatically, and I don't care if you're 0-20, 20-0, whatever the record is, 50-50. I want you to fight in Chicago, where I'm from, and then just state to state. If we can fight worldwide, we will. And that's what we did. We didn't just do MMA. We did kickboxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, judo. I mean, you name it, boxing, everything. We did it. And I ended up getting my college degree in the meantime. I said, might as well. My new goal changed once I got 20 fights. We're like, you know what? We're gonna get your college degree first since you have a full ride for school. I did that, and now I ended up being 25-1, 2 world championships, and now immediately got signed to Titan because of my amateur career, because it was so unheard of. It's an honor. I don't see it for myself. It's awesome. But I wasn't expecting it. But it's real cool, man. It's something I tell people. Again, you gotta practice. I know it sucks. I know you're fighting for free, and it's not fun, but it's something to do if you want to be respected as a professional.
Awesome.
Yeah. And during that time, you were working at your school, right? Weren't you working, getting paid just a small wage at your school and kind of just making your way through there? Like, how was that for you?
The only thing I did was my first 2 years I didn't do anything. It was just 100% school. I ended up volunteering at the my high school feeder program for wrestling, and then my last 2 years in college was pretty much I was an RA as a resident assistant. Pretty much the landlord of the apartment, and they paid us I think $75 every 2 weeks.
Wow.
So because you're only working in a sense like 3 hours a night. 3 hours a night and once a week pretty much, and it's not much, but it was something for me. I had to weight cut as well in college, and given I didn't have the knowledge, I didn't have nutrition on my side, I didn't have the skill to and money to eat healthy, so $75 only paid my gas and training pretty much.
That's crazy, man. And the fact that they finished not only college, but the fact that he did 25-1 as an amateur, do you contribute that to like not seeing the guys in the old era, seeing guys like Mark, like Coleman, and those guys who are pretty much don't have a lot for themselves as far as money goes? Does that make you want to finish college? Was that the reason why? So you wouldn't be broke at the end of your career? For
me, that's a huge thing, because fighting's not going to last forever.
Yeah.
I mean, tops, and when I say tops, you get 20 years. You rarely see people do that. It's 15, 10, even less. You get guys who, the biggest reason why I got my college degree was just because, one, I could get hurt. I could be the best in the world, and I don't know, or I do an Anderson Silva, kick a knee, and my shin split in half, and maybe I can't walk anymore, or something, whatever the case may be, accidents happen, and my career's over.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm just not that good. I could have a big head on my shoulders, but go in there and get knocked out every single fight, and I go, okay, maybe this is not the profession for me, and then I know nothing else. So for me, my degree was in leadership and sports and exercise science. So It helps in my field of work when it comes to training, nutrition, all that stuff, and the better understanding when nutrition. Louis Giordano helps me during my weight management, weight cuts. It's awesome. It helps a lot, but just in case worst comes to worst, I get hurt, I have something to fall back on. I can be a personal trainer, own my own gym, run my own gym, or whatever the case may be. So it helps a lot.
Smart.
And what was a big selling point? Because I know you ran into the CEO of Titan FC. What was a big selling point, and what decided you to like sign with Titan? Because I know you probably had a lot of options at that time.
Yeah.
That one's a funny one, actually. So I wasn't a huge fan of the Reebok deal when it got announced, and I was just like, you know what? I have so many sponsors. I love my sponsors to death. I want to join ONE FC. ONE FC is the biggest organization in Asia. I know a lot of people in Asia because of the World Championships. I go, hey, I got offered a job in Malaysia as a personal trainer. I can train there for free and also do my run in ONE FC. And so I went to Bahrain, getting signed with KHK MMA, Sheikh Khalid's team with Khabib Nurmagomedov, Frankie Edgar, Islam Makhachev, and I was random spontaneous. I won the second World Championship. They wanted to make a team. I got pronounced as one of the members in the team, so I flew out there, and I know no one besides those three. And I see Alex Soto. He's our team captain, and he was a UFC vet, fought Michael McDonald, Francisco Rivera, and he was making his return to Titan FC 35, and Lex was there. Lex is the COO of Titan FC, was also Alex's former manager. So Lex is there, wants to just, see some guys, make sure Alex is doing well in his training camp, and Alex has no one to train with. I know him as a UFC vet, and I'm walking into practice, and Lex goes, hey, you guys are the same weight class. I don't know you. I don't know your skill, but do you mind if you go a few rounds with Alex? I go, yeah, sure, cool. I'm about to start telling him about myself, and he goes, oh, no, just get in there. If anything goes wrong, I will stop the fight. If he goes too hard, if it's too much for you to handle, I'll stop the fight. I go, cool, man, thanks. Like that's awesome, just having a good time. I don't put any ego in the spar. So I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, thanks. So I go in there and I do really well against Alex, and Lex is like, okay, who the hell is this kid? And so Alex tells him a little bit about me, and then later on the day, all of us start sparring and drilling, and I don't know, or Khabib's like, Shorty, let's wrestle. I was like, oh, cool, awesome.
Damn.
So I'm wrestling with Khabib.
Yeah.
And everyone, literally, we kept on going after practice. It's just Khabib and I. Everyone just stops and just watches us. They're talking to the Sheikh, the Prince of Bahrain, and they're just like, damn, this kid's not getting destroyed by Khabib, and Khabib's struggling, taking me down, and we're having fun. Every time he takes me down, getting back up, or whatever the case. And I'm doing really well, even against the eagle. I mean, I'm telling you, he's put me in some bad positions, man. I feel bad. I feel bad for the bear, basically.
Yeah.
But he's kicked. We're doing really well, and I don't know. At the end of the day, I was like, oh, cool. Khabib likes me. It's been a great time. Lex comes up to me and goes, hey, what's your name again? And I was like, Jose Shorty Torres. I give him my resume. I made a resume before I even turned professional.
Wow. Nice.
So people can know. It's just smart. Marketable, and it's just smart.
Yeah.
And Lex is like, well, you signed with anyone? I go, I don't know. I might do local. I might go to ONE FC. I'm not too sure. He goes, well, you ever heard of Titan FC? And I go, no, I actually haven't. And me, even though I do MMA, like you name some few UFC guys besides the champions, I probably won't know their name. I'm like, I've heard of them, but I don't know much about. I'm just not a sports fanatic. So he's like, Titan FC? I go, no. He goes, oh, well, do you want a 4-fight contract? We'll pay you more than your regular pro debut for, crappy local shows. I go, yeah, awesome. I'm not making 200. I'm making a little more. So I was like, this is great. I had my pro debut against another pro debut guy, which took forever because I had 6 guys pull out on me because of my extensive record, and we didn't want to go, hey, you're fighting a guy who's 5-0, in your pro debut. We wanted to make it, 1 or 2 fights, maybe even 3, and found a guy who was pro debut. I was able to choke him out in 2 minutes 9 seconds and signify that the amateur status does help. And then my second fight, the guy was 16 pro fights, and I only had 1. And Lex is like, do you want to fight him? I think you could take him. I think it's a very good fight for you. I go, yeah, sure, why not? And I go in there and I do really, really well, and it was awesome because I want to be challenged early in my career. I don't want to have that first 5 round fight and be exhausted in the 3rd round, later on in my career, and just because I wasn't used to it yet.
Yeah.
So my second fight was my first 5 minutes and my first 15 minutes plus my first time having a guy where I punched him so many times, or after the fight my hands hurt and he kept on coming forward.
Damn.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. And then I got dropped down to 125 and was able to fight Abdiel Velasquez and knock him out in the second round. So I was just, it's been real awesome. And now I'm fighting Pedro Nobre December 2nd. And sadly, from what they say, he got hurt. Now he's fighting me again. And I'm hoping he shows up, man. I'm really, really hoping.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So now you're the headliner for this card. And knowing the fact that you had that long, amateur career, does being a headliner kind of make you nervous or put any pressure on you to perform?
No, man. I just have a lot of fun in the sport. Actually, my pro debut, I was terrified. And I wasn't terrified of the opponent. I was more terrified of all the hype, because that's something I'm not used to. Again, I try to stay humble as possible. My boxing coach tells me once you become cocky, that's when you get knocked out. And I believe that's a true story.
Yeah.
But for me, it's I try to keep my feet to the ground, and even though I've won so many fights, I really don't look back at it. I can brag, but it's more of just stating the truth,
Right.
And when I was going in there, I was like, cool, this guy doesn't have any big amateur fights. I fought guys like him before. I think I'll do well. And I don't know, I think I did maybe about 40 interviews in the 8 weeks leading up to the fight.
Wow.
And I'm Mr. Yes Man. I say yes to everything. And it was awesome, but I had so much promotion and so much hype. I was like, man, what if I lose? Like, I have such a big resume. Everyone's saying I'm best pound for pound fighter 2 years in a row. As amateur, coming as pro, this guy is going to be huge. He's like the Vasil Lomachenko, but for MMA. And what if I lose, though? So that's I kind of I put that in my mind and screwed myself over a little bit. But once I got out there, it was literally like all autopilot. I was just like, okay, cool, let's have a little fun. And then my second fight, I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. Third fight, I'm just going out there smiling, having fun, and that's what it is at the end of the day. I want to do something that motivates me, and if it's not fun, I don't want to do it. So I'll go out there with a smile, and if I lose, I lose. It's a learning experience, but if I win, it's just all better.
It's a good mentality to have.
Yeah, man. Hey, there's another story I've read about you, is that BJ's fighting this weekend, and you actually sparred against BJ, and it kind of showed you a little something in terms of like what to look forward to in your pro career and the type of opponents that you might come across. Tell that story.
Well, there's I spar with a lot of big time guys that already have defined themselves and created their legacy. John Dodson, Cub Swanson, BJ Penn, Khabib, Islam Makhachev, Alex Soto.
That's a list.
Who was I just with? TJ Dillashaw. I was just helping him for his training camp against John Lineker, Joseph Benavidez, Timothy Elliott, Brandon Moreno. I mean, so many guys. I can name so many. Juan Archuleta, but. Going against BJ was awesome because I'm at Jackson Wink, I'm having a good time, and everyone just looks at my resume, naturally my body type. They're like, oh, he's a wrestler. I prefer to stand up, but whatever. They're like, oh, he's a wrestler. BJ's there, and right before MMA sparring, he comes up to me, and I'm just like, oh, cool, it's BJ, but I'm not trying to make huge eye contact and be like a stalker. I've known, I've seen him before, I've met him before, but I'm not like, hey, BJ, let's talk, and. I'm just looking down, and he comes up to me. He goes, hey, what's up, Shorty? Do you mind if we go 5 rounds today? I need some good sparring. You can be like my look for Den receiver. It'd be really, really awesome. And I'm just like, yeah, it'd be awesome, And so I go in there, and I actually do really, really well against BJ. We have a good time. But I think the funniest story I've had was, I have a big chin, and I freaking love it. It's hard to choke me out. It helps a lot. And all I do is this. I'm like, I don't care if you punch me. Go ahead, do what you want. So I take him down, and I'm just like, every time I took him down, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stand back up. It's BJ Penn. I know who you are.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing this. So I get back up, and one of the times I tried to get back up, he just dragged me and took my back. So I was like, oh no, it's all over. I look at the clock. I'm like, damn it, there's 3 minutes left. Like, I just gotta fight it. So I keep on giving him my back, and he's trying to do ground and pound from the back, and I was like, you know what? It's better for me to just lay on my back, give him the mount, and then try to transition to half guard. I lay on my back, and this guy just starts, he starts punching me. I give him my back again. He's trying to choke me up, but he can't get under. And slowly he starts getting frustrated, and he gets more and more mad. And again, BJ is a super nice guy. He's extremely humble, very, very nice. And out of nowhere, he just starts punching you hard with the 7-ounce MMA gloves. And I'm just like, what the hell? I turn around to give him out, because I'm sick of getting punched in the back of the head. And I don't know, I look up, and you just see fire in his eyes, and he's just punching me. And this is the first time, dude, this is the first time I've ever, like, legit panicked while sparring. Like, am I going to get freaking knocked out by BJ Penn right in the middle while everyone is watching? You got Wayne, Greg, everyone watching. So I'm just like, oh, my God, I got to get out. You know, so I'm like, I'm just panicking. He's putting me in triangles, putting me in chokes, but he just can't finish me. And he's getting more and more pissed. So he just starts hitting me harder and harder. He's taking my back. He's doing what he did to Kenny Florin, like healing my stomach. And I'm like, I don't care. Heal my stomach. I'm not putting my hands on like, I've seen what you've done before. I've studied the film. No. But I'm getting beat up bad. And after the round's over, he's just like, good job, man. You know, good job. And I'm just like, oh, thanks, man. I'm alive. Is it done?
Funny.
Are we done? Oh, thank God. You know, dude, BJ scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
But it showed me the caliber, you know, how much more I have to work just to improve my ground game and improve. You know, it's. I believe I'm good on the ground, but when you face BJ Penn, he just, again, look what he did to Kenny Florin once they got on the ground. Both black belts, and it just showed the huge level gap of, hey, man, I'm BJ Penn. They call him a prodigy for a reason, but, man, that was probably the scariest sparring session I've ever had.
That's crazy. You know, and staying on the BJ Penn topic, like your thoughts on his fight against Yair, because Josh and I, we both love BJ Penn, and the fact that it seemed like the UFC was kind of booking fights for him that became more dangerous and more dangerous. I think a fight between him and Dennis Silva was perfect for his career, but the fact that he's fighting a young prospect like Yair Rodriguez, someone who's dangerous and young, I think it's a bad fight for BJ. Your thoughts on the fight, and do you see BJ overcoming this prospect?
It is a scary fight for BJ. You know, there's a height advantage for Yair. He's such a incredible athlete when it comes to his karate and taekwondo skills. You know, spinning back kicks from any angle. I mean, he's just very loose and very random. And he's so loose, you just don't know where it's coming from. And that karate stance, I mean, we see what Stephen Thompson does to people. You don't know how to counter that. It's very hard to do. Overall, it's a horrible fight for BJ, but he's won some fights that he shouldn't have won before. And you know, BJ, in a sense, really has nothing to lose. You know, he's already at the end of his career. I don't believe he, in his head, thinks he has another title run anytime soon. Dennis Seaver was a phenomenal fight for him.
Perfect.
I don't think it would have been an easy fight, but I believe it would have been a great challenging fight and a nice, skillful fight for him. It's mainly to get back in there. Two veterans in there, have been in the sport a while. It's awesome. It's a good promotional type of fight. But for Yair, for him, this is a win-win. If you beat, it's kind of like my fight. It's a win-win. You're fighting a guy with a huge record, a huge resume. If you beat him, you look phenomenal. Yeah. You know? But if you lose, you're losing to a guy who has a huge record, who's already created his legacy. So it's like, okay, you had an honor fighting him. All right, it doesn't really set you back. It just puts you, maybe one fight back, and then you just win one more, and you're back at the same place. Fighting BJ Penn it's nothing but an honor and nothing but a win, and that's why I think Yair took it. But BJ just wants to get back in there. I don't believe he cares who he fights. He'll fight Frankie Edgar 5 more times. The same verdict might happen.
He will.
He doesn't care. He just wants to put on a show, and he loves the sport, and that's why he keeps on retiring and coming back. It's unfortunate that the circumstances have come with the IV and him having to pull out of certain situations, but overall he's a warrior, and the guy still has it in him. I can say that from experience. But overall, it was an honor to spar with him. I wish him nothing but the best. But Yair is a phenomenal athlete. I think it's a good headliner, but we'll see. Hey, you never know. BJ might get a knockout. BJ might tap him out. If it goes down to the ground, my game plan if I were BJ. My game plan if I were BJ is just to take a couple shots, let Yair get close, and be able to grapple with him, take him down, and if he takes him down,
he does gas out.
Well, Yair, it's a hard style to fight.
Because he goes.
I'm surprised Stephen Thompson is able to do it so long, because it's the spinning, jumping, changing the angles. It's extremely difficult. Even if you're not throwing 100% every single time, being able to do that with your body, you're using every single muscle. It's tiring, but we'll see. I think if it goes to the later rounds, BJ has the advantage. If it goes down to the ground, I believe BJ has the advantage, unless Yair practices defense well enough to stay safe. But overall, I think that's a fight for Yair.
Yeah. And talk about your fight against Pedro Nombre. What do you make of him as an opponent? And how do you feel about this fight?
So Titan FC 43, January 21st. I am the headliner, which is awesome because this is my 4th professional fight.
Yeah. What a promo.
Moved extremely fast. So I'm very, very happy. But Pedro Nobre, again, a fight that should have happened December 2nd. He's a guy that I wanted to fight on my pro debut. So he fought Tim Elliott. They were one of the headliners for the fight. I believe they were the co-main event of that evening. I was the very first fight I fought. And then after, I'm enjoying the rest of the fights, and I see Tim Elliott and Pedro Nobre going at it, and my coach taps me on the shoulder, and he's like, dude, you can take these guys. And I'm just like, I believe so. I would love to fight them. Later, 2 fights later, I'm now announced to fight Pedro Nobre, and Lex called me and he goes, hey, we have a few guys lined up for you, some good prospects. And there's 2 problems I had with it. One was I don't want to fight a prospect. I want to fight a veteran that's I want to fight people that have been in the UFC or they're UFC caliber guys that can show the UFC that I'm ready for their type of people. And 2, I don't feel like fighting guys that are just being lined up for me. That's not my style. I'm not saying we're taking easy fights, but I don't want to fight a guy that just their first fight gets signed to Titan FC and they're doing the title fight. I don't believe that's fair for anyone who just who's been fighting for Titan FC for a year or 2. So me, I worked my way up to the title and was able to win it. Pedro Nobre was the last person to win at 125, and with such a huge record, a UFC vet, 18-2. One of them being a Tim Elliott, and he went the distance with Tim, while Tim was able to do very well against Demetrius Johnson. So it shows the caliber of fighter Pedro Nobre has fought. Overall, I think it's a good fight. And for me, I'm young in my career. Again, I want to be able to put myself through the test now rather than later on in my career and lose because of it. For me, I'm not saying I want to lose, but I want to take this as a huge learning experience and go, I can hold my own with some of the best. And if I beat Pedro Nobre, that shows the UFC I'm ready and to call me up. And I believe this is a UFC deal-making fight. And if he doesn't show up again, I believe December 2nd, he didn't. He pushed my UFC deal, 2 months. And I'm hoping he shows up today, or January 21st, and I'm able to fight him and put on a good show. It's a win-win for me. Like I said, the guy has a huge record. If I lose to him, dude, I'm 3-0. I'm technically supposed to lose. If I win, I look phenomenal. That's awesome. I beat a guy who was 18-2. My amateur record, and I definitely know he knows this. He said this before. That my amateur record definitely stands behind me. I'm a lot better than what my pro record says. And I'm excited. It's a huge honor, and I believe it's going to be a good fight. Plus, I'm a stand-up guy. He's a stand-up fighter. I believe it's going to be who has a better stand-up and who's able to push the pace.
Yeah. Right. And in 2016, the landscape of MMA has changed, drastically. The free agent being one of the top stories in 2016. Now I'm sure you're content at Titan FC, but what are your goals, your long-term goals as far as promotion and as a fighter? Because I think a lot of people consider you to be the top prospect in 2016. So there's a lot of expectation from other people on the outside, and I'm sure there's promotions out there who are foaming at the mouth to sign you. So your goals, your goals to in the future to sign for a promotion.
No one's called me yet, man. I just been waiting for a phone call.
Oh, people love you, man. People love you.
I appreciate that. Again, I appreciate all the support. I wouldn't be here without anybody's help. So, for me, I would love to go to the UFC. That's, again, Titan FC is the UFC feeder program, or now is. And it's awesome. The UFC's been helping me out a lot, mainly when I was even 2-0 fighting for the belt. I was doing the UFC Fight Pass meet and greets at UFC 200. And I'm standing next to Alexis Grasso, Chris Cyborg, and Eddie Bravo. And I'm like, this is awesome. I'm only 2-0. The other people had belts next to me, and I'm just like, I'm fighting for a belt, but cool, So it was a huge honor, and the UFC's been helping me out a lot. I'm really, really hoping that after this fight I do win, and I get called up to the UFC with a great deal. But I mean, overall, I don't care if I'm a champion. I don't care if I lose every single fight, as long as I motivate people throughout the way. That's all I want to do. Again, if people watch my my promo documentary that came out of sometime last year, it pretty much states I'm not in it to be a hero. Again, I love to win. It sucks to lose. It's part of the sport. But for me, I did this because I want to be a role model and be a hero and make it out of my city, which is Chicago. Again, it's a very, very tough neighborhood. I want to be able to show people that if I can do it, why can't you? So that's my ultimate goal, and I'm just hoping that people follow that along the way. But I want to go to the UFC, have a great deal and just put on a great performance again. I'm not trying to take easy fights. I'm not trying to take the boring fights as well. I want to have fun, entertaining fights. If I can fight Tim Elliott every single fight, I think he is probably the most fan entertaining fighter out there at 125.
Yeah.
Him and I have trained before, so it'd be such a fun fight to fight him and whoever else. And plus, it'd be cool, two NFC champions fighting in the UFC. It's kind of a nice little good promo.
Yeah.
But overall, man, I want to go to the UFC, have a great time, and just have the longest career I could possibly have, and make some smart career choices along the way.
Awesome. Yeah, well, we hope that for you too, and thank you for coming on the show. And it's let the fans know where they can find you, maybe even where they can see the documentary, like all that, just like so they can follow your career, because we know sky's the limit for you, and there's some big things ahead for you. So let the fans know.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, for sure. Again, I appreciate everyone's support. I wouldn't be here without any of your help. I do always say I'm not a single entity. I might be going in the cage alone, but I have everyone's support along the way. My hashtags are we are, we can, we will, we are Team Shorty.
Yeah.
But overall, if you want to follow me, Instagram, Jose Shorty Torres, Facebook, Jose Shorty Torres MMA, Twitter, Shorty Torres 125. If you want to support Team Shorty, again, visit JoseShortyTorres.com. I do sell merchandise, and if you want to learn anything about me, my whole resume is there, my amateur career, lots of videos. Actually, my highlight of the documentary, my promo, is on my website.
Nice.
And overall, I believe my documentary is going to be coming out. This is my documentary from my pro debut all the way through to this fight.
Wow,
and it will be coming out in March. So it's a nice little come up, of how fast I moved up in the career. It's been a year in the making. I'm so excited to see how everything comes out. And again, I appreciate everyone's support. I wouldn't be here without any of you. And again, thank you. I'm more than happy to help. If you guys need anything, just message me.
Yeah, awesome. Any sponsors?
Man, I have so many sponsors. It is ridiculous. I don't have the picture in front of me, but the big sponsors that are definitely going to be showcased throughout the fight. Bad Boy is going to be the shorts. Nutrition, he's been helping me through my weight cut. I'm actually in New Jersey with Louis Giordano right now. I'm only 11 over right now with 10 days left for weigh-ins.
Nice.
So it's beautiful. I'm eating 4 or 5 meals a day, having a gallon of water. So I'm having a blast. Nutrition, again, Titan FC's been taking care of me so much. The UFC, thank you so much. Prototype MMA, Prototype Combat Team, Combat on my team, Cage KMMA for helping me out, and everyone along the way. Clean Chicago, Go Polar, Output, Chelly's Pizza. Man, it's everyone. You guys know who you are.
Yeah.
So I have like 10 more. But again, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for the support. And again, we are and we can, we will.
Awesome.
Team Shorty. Thank you, guys.
Now, Jose, for your post-fight interview, when you win, you can mention the MMA Complex as your boys. But
we can do that.
Yeah,
we can do that.
But until then, man, good luck on your fight. And I think the best thing that I like about you is the fact that you're 5'4". So we're both.
That's what I told Joseph Benavidez, man. I was sparring with him, and I go, dude, I remember being an export going and working out, and out of nowhere I look up at the UFC and I see a picture or a video of WEC, and I see Joseph Benavidez fighting Miguel Angel Torres. Miguel Torres is 5'9", and Joseph's 5'4". And I'm just like, dude, this guy's another Shorty. I'm 16 at the time. I'm like, dude, if he could do it, I could do it.
You guys should have like a short guys that are cool on your banner or something to rep us, bro.
Our hashtag together when we were all training, it was all small guys. Our hashtag together was Strange Little Men. Compliments of Joseph Benavidez.
That's cool, man. Well, good luck on your fight, man, and represent the short guys. And thanks for not only being a great role model, but have a great head on your shoulders, man. So we wish you nothing but the best in the future, and we look forward to seeing your fight on December 2nd, man.
I appreciate it. I'm always
January 21st.
I'm always trying to get the shorties just to come up like me.
Yeah. All right, brother. Well, you have a great day, man. We'll talk to you soon.
You too. Take care of yourself.
All right,
take care.
Bye bye.